Hello, peace and blessings. This is Giovanna, the Spiritual Love Healer, and I have a general reading for you. It was like kind of like a mid-month, but kind of just to see like where we are for the rest of August and kind of what kind of shifts to make so that you can kind of be on track for September. So, this card, as I was taking my cards out of the deck, the Five of Pentacles just kind of stuck to my hand. So I feel like, and this card has come up before, I want to say in quite a few of the readings that I do. And so I read for the collective, whomever is attracted to these videos. I call them like my spiritual love tribe, people that are trying to find wholeness, inner peace, love, coming to balance, being kind of in tune with spirit in a way as well. So if you find yourself attracted to this video, then it is for you. It is a general reading, so please take what you feel applies and then just release the rest if it does not. I am available for private readings, so you can visit my website. The link is in the description, thespirituallovehealer.com, to check out the readings that I provide. So as I was looking at this, one thing that it did bring up as well is the tragedy that is happening in the Amazon. I was not aware that this has been going on for some time, but there are massive fires that are burning down this precious rainforest. So that is something that came up when I saw this card as well. And as I was, and I feel like I'm about to cry about it now, like just looking and reading about like what was going on and how it all, you know, came about and started happening. Just throw it away, baby. It just really moved me to tears, and it's so sad that we are in places like this when it comes to nature, where we are, you know, as far as humanity. So that was one thing that came up. So I do send love, light, and support, and hopefully there are changes that are taking place so that these fires can be put out and this beautiful rainforest salvaged. I just kept thinking about the animals and the people who are there and being affected by the smoke and all of that. And it's very tragic. So, and there apparently is like no coverage about it anywhere. Because like I said, I'm just finding out about it. So that's one thing that did stick out to me when I saw this card that I wanted to mention. You know, it's catastrophic and very sad. So what I'm seeing here also is that we're still, for some of you, are still in a bit of a lack mentality. Still not quite believing in yourself, in your worth, in the vision that you have for yourself, for your life, whatever that may be. But I keep looking at her and she's pointing. So it's like you can see it, but then this gate, like you feel like it's unattainable. And because this was just kind of the card that not even on, what's on the bottom of the deck? Not even on the bottom of the deck, but just kind of sticking. It's like this is an issue that's limiting beliefs, right? Feeling like you're stuck and that you can't move forward to the beautiful future that you want. So the thing is too, and I was talking to one of my beautiful girlfriends about this, is that we know what we want in the end result, right? You know, like the ultimate goal that you have for your life and what you would like to see take place. But while we are on the journey, it can feel like this. It can feel like we can see it, but we can't get to it. So it's like embracing the now, enjoying the journey to get to the end result. So, and it might not even be that you are like having a lack mindset. It might just be that you can't appreciate where you are now because you're looking so far forward. You keep looking at the end result and feeling like you're not doing enough. You know, you're not working hard enough. There's not enough time in the day for you to like execute and do all the things you want to do to get there, but you are moving there. And when I look at the Sun card, that's what I see. I see like right now, like you are doing what you're supposed to do. You're on your path, you're illuminated, you're really standing in your power, but there's still that feeling of I'm not there yet. And so what I got out of this reading is, so we've got the God of Pentacles that showed up. And again, like, I feel like this is what you see for yourself. You see yourself being successful. You see yourself having it all. But this is also a very steady energy. So this is also stamina, right? So this is taking consistent steps and having the stamina to pace yourself, to go the distance for the journey, which reminds me of elk medicine, which I pulled in a personal reading a couple days ago. And the elk is all about stamina. It's all about knowing how far and how fast you can go before you get tired, before you give up. So make sure that you're pacing yourself. And one of the things that you can do is, where's my book? It's not over here, but I keep a success journal. It's also called my business journal. And I just write down, okay, what did I do today? Did I talk to some clients? Did I get a new client? I worked on X, Y, and Z. These are the things that I accomplished, because it can feel like when you have a massive goal or vision for yourself, because I do, it can feel like the little things that you're doing are not making a difference. And so, a week might go by and you're like, okay, what did I do this week? And you don't know, but writing it down, you can go back and look and see, like, these are the steps that I'm taking to get to my end result. So that's something that you can do. But I feel like for some of you, what I'm getting is that you feel like it's not working. And I clarified the God of Pentacles with the Three of Pentacles. And it's like, I keep seeing like how she's kind of turned away, but not necessarily focusing on, the Pentacle, but it's just like, you kind of turned away. There's like a feeling of disconnection. It's like, even though you're working, you're like, is it really working? Like, when I look at both of their faces, it's like we keep stirring the pot, but what's happening? Is this thing cooking? And what I see here is that there's this bird with, it's like a little seed in its mouth. And to me, that's like spirit saying, just keep on. Like, I've got the missing ingredient. You keep doing what you need to do and don't worry about the rest. Just keep stirring, keep gathering the resources, keep putting, steps in motion. And we've got you. Like, we've got you. And so with the Daughter of Cups, there's this, like this inspiration, like you get excited about your mission, but there's still like a little doubt. And I feel like the fish is like telling you, like, you've got this. You have to believe in yourself. You have to trust your intuition. You have to go with the inspiration. And it's like a pep talk. I really feel there's a pep talk here. And this was clarified by the Hierophant, which I thought was very interesting, because it's like, this is what you want. What spirit is leading you to do, what resonates for you, that's what needs to be your law, so to speak, right? Because the Hierophant speaks of like traditions, it speaks of like the norms, even like with spiritual wisdom and guidance and things like that. But you have to govern yourself, and you have to know what you believe and what's right for you, so that you don't get sidetracked, right? Oftentimes people can come in and they add their, 2 cents to whatever it is you're doing. And then maybe you start doubting yourself, like, oh, well, maybe I need to do it this way, or what do I need to do? And then next thing you know, you're completely off track and unhappy, and you can't figure out why. And it's because you're not following your inner guidance. You're not following what is right for you. And that's what I'm picking up here, because we've got the Eight of Swords, right? It's like you're trying to figure out what is right, and you know the answer because it was given to you. So now it's kind of like freeing yourself of whoever or whatever has you feeling stuck. And so sometimes this might be starting not to talk about your goals and your dreams with people who don't understand. It might mean, finding a meetup group or, Facebook group, somewhere that you can go to share these ideas with people who will be supportive of them. But this is really about you needing to get free of whatever is limiting you from seeing that you can get to the other side. There's really no lock here on this gate. So it's just a matter if you're willing and able to see that you can take the journey to get through to the other side, to the abundance, to the goals, to the dreams. But remember, you're already here. So you're on the path. Your path is illuminated. Whoops. You just have to see it for yourself. And sometimes that's hard to do. So make sure that you are, like I mentioned before, like write down the things that you've accomplished so that you can look at them and see yourself shining. It's so hard, like even myself, it's like, wow, like I can't believe some of the things I've done. And then when people talk to me, they're like, wow, you know, I see what you're doing and you're doing great. And I'm feeling like, how? Right? So it's like really being able to see yourself, you know, radiating, beaming with love, with light, with your goddess or God energy, with the oh, what is it? Like your inner spirit. Your spirit is showing, it's shining, it's radiating out to the world. So people can see your light, and sometimes you're not able to see it. But there are also people who see your light and then they are intimidated by it, or what's the other word? I'll just say intimidated by it. And they might want to try and dim your light. You know what I'm saying? So just be mindful of that. You are already here. And the key is to take action, to stop thinking so much, to get out of your head, and the inspiration that you're receiving to put in motion, right? So we don't want to get here. We don't want to start feeling stuck with our thoughts and figuring out, is this right? Is that right? Or having, what is the word? Not procrastination, right? That can and leads to stagnation, and you get caught up in your mind. But then we've got the Son of Swords here. She is charging off with these new inspirations and ideas. So like you receive the inspiration, you set yourself free, and you're just like moving forward. I'm going on with this, like off we go. And I clarified that with the Fool, which is the new beginning. You are just, you take the inspiration and you act, you leap, you jump, you move with spirit, and you're trusting that your steps are going to lead you where it is that you're trying to be. And the overall outcome is the Supreme, which I love this card. It's an extra card that's included with this particular deck that I use, which is the Afro Goddess Tarot Arcanas. And this is just like complete mastery. It's complete complete goddess energy. This is fulfillment on the deepest level. Like this is what happens as you continue your journey, you know, past the Sun card, and you move into completion. So this is like you completing the cycle and you standing in the vision that you had for yourself. Like she's in her own universe. Like there's nothing that is binding her in any way. So it's like complete freedom. There's balance. You've got the clarity that you need, and you're ultimately at peace within yourself. And there's nothing that can touch this. So that is where you're headed. If you continue moving forward, continue believing in yourself, continue taking action, continue getting the support that you need from places and people that are able to support you in the way that you need supporting. But this is a very, very beautiful reading, and it's just so beautiful. So continue on your path, or make adjustments if needed. If you're feeling like you aren't, you know, headed in the right direction, or that you've been a little more stuck or stagnant than you had anticipated, then definitely there's always time to make adjustments and figure out what is right for you so that you can unstuck yourself. And the Eight of Cups too, it's, for me, this is always a good indication to journal. Like, what is on your mind and what are you worried about? And most importantly, what are you thinking? Because if you're thinking thoughts that are limiting, that are negative, that are not supportive of what you want for yourself, then it will hinder your vision. So be mindful of your thoughts and spend some time journaling so that you can make sure that you're setting yourself free. And so when it comes to thinking, right, because I know there's people who are like, oh, you can't think positive all the time and blah, blah, blah. And I've even seen some people say that to tell people to think positive, it's, I forgot what they said. Like it's unrealistic for people to, you know, think positive all the time. And I totally disagree, because I have experienced life where it was completely negative thoughts all the time. And we do have the ability to change our thoughts to where we're able to think positive thoughts. Now, I'm not saying that it will be that way all the time, of course not. But when you have a negative thought, right, you can totally counteract it and choose to think something that's in higher vibration. We live a life that is filled with obstacles and opportunities, depending on how you choose to see them. So you can choose how to respond when a not so positive situation occurs in your life. And even seeing things as good and bad, that's just, you know, creating duality. So if, you know, we can also choose to see things as just what it is and not attach a label of good or bad to it. But yeah, I don't know where I was going with that tangent, but just be mindful of your thoughts, and you can learn to think positively, learn to see things through a more positive light. So yes. So I hope that this reading has resonated with you, and I will see you hopefully next month. Oh yeah, I guess I need to do a September reading, which is my birthday month. Yay! I'm super, super excited. I cannot wait. I'm looking forward to taking the rest of the year off, especially as far as like working with clients. I don't plan on taking many new clients going forward, just so that I can focus on some other endeavors and enjoy life, because I've been working a lot, guys. But as always, it's a pleasure to read for you and to connect with you. Thank you so much for watching, for following and subscribing, and I wish you bliss and abundance.